I want to keep learning, but I don't know how.
School's just not working out for me.
If this sounds like you, it's time to talk to Advanced Training Academy. Here's what our students have to say.
It's like one big family.
I like the work and get way more done.
It's friendly and stress-free.
To find out how Advanced Training Academy can help you, call 834 0007 or visit ata.ac.nz today.
This show is proudly brought to you by the #Me Network. And now, #RadioNZ.
/.////////com.
Welcome to #Radio. I'm Charis McAwesome.
I'm Phid McAwesome.
And I'm V8 Matty.
And on this week's Uncultured Roundup of social media, web, tech and gaming, we've got lots of stuff to talk about. We've got some games that have finally been released.
Finally released.
Somebody is handing out free money.
Ooh, that sounds good.
And we went to Armageddon this week.
Last weekend. Not this weekend because it's too far away.
But we got up to lots of fun. We'll talk about that later.
We will. But first, as we do every week, we have Charis McAwesome with the news.
And now the news with Charis McAwesome.
Really quick news.
Right, and on this week we have Apple has bought Beats, the headphones.
Beats Audio?
Yep.
So the deal is done. It's signed, sealed and delivered?
Yep. $3 billion it cost them as a security.
As a security?
$3 billion.
So that is the deposit?
Yeah. $3 billion.
That's a hefty deposit.
I don't even know where I'd spend $3 billion.
I could start spending it.
If I had $3 billion, I wouldn't be buying Beats headphones.
Also, as part of the acquisition, they have acquired recording moguls Jimmy Iovine and Dr. Dre. Iovine. It says Iovine.
Jimmy Iovine.
It's like death. They
Jimmy
don't want it
Iovine,
death, they want it death.
Death.
Or death.
Yeah.
It's Iovine.
Let's call him Jimmy I.
Yep.
Yeah. But they think it's actually Jimmy Eyes who holds the key into this acquisition, mainly because of his industry relationships, will help smooth the notoriously difficult licensing negotiations for streaming waters that Apple has found so hard to master.
Yeah, well, Jimmy's been involved in the music industry for years.
Yeah.
So
I don't know what they expected to get from Dr. Dre, though.
Some
cool
beats.
raps.
Yeah. Name recognition.
Yeah.
Brand recognition. I mean, it's kind of named after him.
Yeah.
Do we actually think this is a good buy?
I think it is
buying?
a good buy.
I don't know about the price.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a great acquisition. It's typical Apple. If you can't beat them, sue them or buy them.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not great technology that they're buying. They're just buying the name.
No,
the streaming service is.
That's what I was just about to say. The
On
headphones
Beats.
aren't the greatest headphones in the planet. However, they are the greatest brand of headphones when it comes to purely a brand name side of things.
To being cool.
Yep.
Yeah, there's three parts to the company, though. They've got the headphones, they've got the talent,
Yeah.
and they've got the online streaming service.
And that there, I think, is the big...
That was the big one that I think Apple were after because their service sucks the Kumra.
Yeah. Well, they got iRadio or something, haven't they?
I don't even know what it is.
Yeah.
That's how good they are.
So they're going to buy this, and is their attempt to take on the likes of Pandora and the sorts.
Yeah. So if you can't be innovative,
Yeah. Well, it's the Apple way.
go Apple.
Yeah, it's the Apple way. Someone else has made something awesome. We will either make it ourselves and make it cooler.
Yeah, someone's sitting in their little office going, "It will be mine."
Yeah.
Intel is gearing up to launch its consumer-friendly 3D printer by introducing a walking, talking 2-foot robot made up of 3D printed parts. Intel intends to make the 3D plans free for a slightly less advanced robot, while its partners will actually sell the components that cannot be 3D printed, like the processors and chips.
Oh, yep, the electronics.
Yeah, Intel, who was unfavourably late to the mobile party, intends to make up for it by being the first to the 3D party, engaging tech-savvy to do-it-yourselfers and weekend hobbyists, offering everything from internet-connected baby blankets to drones.
Oh, wow.
Internet-connected baby blankets.
I don't know why you... I
They
don't
have,
know why.
They have like a heart rate monitor and
It's like
stuff in
taking-
there.
Oh, it might be.
Maybe.
And maybe a different alternative to baby monitors.
It's taken the smart home concept that's become very popular over the last couple of years to a whole different level, though, isn't it?
Smart blankets.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just happy with warm blankets at the moment.
Especially in the middle of winter this year.
It's
Yeah.
been cold.
Talking about smart blankets, how would you feel catching a smart chairlift to work?
I'm
smart
quite-
chairlift.
I'm quite
Would have to
happy
be
catching
smart.
any
There's a
lift
few
to work.
corners.
Well, Google's just released their car,
Yep.
which has no steering wheels or pedals.
Scary, eh?
Yeah, and moves itself at a max speed of 40 k's an hour.
Woo!
The front of the car is actually made from foam, and the windshield is plastic. They're currently targeting university campuses and inner CBD areas.
The way you're not going to be able to imagine the drive like when we go to Taranaki. You know, it takes us 3 hours at 100k. Imagine how long it'd take us at 40k.
Well,
It's only going to be good in the city.
The Google CEO dude said that there's no reason why it can't go up to 100k. It's just that they've got it at 40k.
They've got to prove themselves before anyone's going to jump into something they can't control
Yeah.
and hurdle along at 100 k's with foam and plastic in front of them.
So Google itself is making around 200 cars.
Yeah.
Well, that's the aim anyway. But they're actually looking for a manufacturer to get on board.
Are these electric cars?
Yes, they are.
So in the time we've been doing this show, we've been doing this since 2012, we're actually starting to see more of this Minority Report stuff actually happening. Like we had Leap last year, with the whole hand gestures and stuff like that, and now we're seeing the...
Except in Minority Report, they were Audis, weren't they? Not
Google machines.
Google.
Well, Audi could
things.
actually become a partner with Google because that's what they're looking for,
True that.
Yeah.
and make these cars. Or they could get the Tesla Model S, which is currently on sale in Australia now for $100,000.
Oh, the Tesla.
Yeah, Tesla.
Yeah.
I don't know why I keep on saying that wrong.
You say a lot of things wrong.
I do.
It's because you're not very clever.
Yeah. But so if you're looking for a fast electric car, the Tesla
Yeah.
is the car for you.
Yeah.
Talking about the Tesla,
Yeah.
there's currently a petition online to get Elon Musk, who owns Tesla, and he started PayPal and all that, what do they call it? He's basically the living Iron
Wait,
Man.
how can you own Tesla?
He owns Tesla.
What? His...
Tesla Motor Vehicles, he owns it.
Oh, motor vehicles, yeah.
Yeah. There's a petition at the moment. The people that bought Nikola Tesla's laboratory, they're trying to get enough money to start a museum with the laboratory. And
Oh, the one in the US?
in the US, yeah.
Yeah, because the UK one's already heritage site.
Yeah. So they're trying to get Elon Musk, since he's using the Tesla name and technology, to foot the bill for it.
How much is that going to cost him?
It's $3 million or something.
Well, it's
No,
nothing.
it's
Apple, you
nothing.
should get Apple.
Yeah.
They'll turn it into iTesla.
Yeah, they're buying headphones for $3
Tesla.
billion bucks.
Rihanna has hit 5 billion views on her Vivo YouTube channel, becoming the first to do so.
Woo.
Yeah, the second highest channel in terms of views is a Turkish music site.
Turkish music rocks.
Yeah. And Tomodachi, have you heard of it?
Tamagotchi.
No.
Tamagotchi.
The
No,
the pet thing.
Tomodachi.
Yes, it's the Nintendo game.
Yes, Nintendo's 3DS simulator game where you have to take care of a town full of Miis has apologised for not including the ability for same-gender Miis to fall in love. And
Oh, yes. I've seen this one.
yeah, unfortunately for our rainbow flag friends, a fix cannot be implemented in this particular game, but there is a life hack by turning a female or male-based character into either a male or female character by changing its facial features, voice and clothing.
But
Technically, though, this makes them a transgender,
Yeah.
but think of it as another way of waving the rainbow flag. Nintendo's also said that later on they'll bring out
I like the
same
blank
gender.
stare Matt's giving right now. I'm trying to hold back all the jokes.
Yeah, the same that they'll bring out as same gender love ability
Yeah.
in the next games, but they just can't do it in this one.
At least they're going to do something about it.
Yep, and that's the news.
Fantastic. Thank
That
you,
is
Chris.
Great news, Chris.
I know.
And we said last week that it was our last show with New Zealand Music Month.
We were wrong.
Because we didn't have a calendar. But I got a calendar last Saturday, and now I can see up on the wall that this very day is still May.
Yep.
So we're still in New Zealand Music Month, and I think we're going to bust out some old stuff.
Yeah, if you're listening to the podcast, it's no longer New Zealand Music Month, but think of it as our way of extending New Zealand Music Month for you.
For you. Special.
Yeah. So this is our first song for the week. You're on hashtag.
Yo, hit it! She banging pots and pans with a hitcher and the sink and a lot of dirt on her hands. But you got it wrong, kid. I'm telling you good. We got the rock in this kitchen in our neighborhood. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We're rocking this kitchen, here we go. She's a mom, she's a mom, she's a mom. Yeah, 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 yeah. She's a mom, she's a mom. Yeah, yeah, she's a mom, she's a mom. She won't change anymore. I want more time for mama now. She's a mom, she's a mom.
Hi, I'm Tim McIndoe, MP for Hamilton West. I'm an enthusiastic supporter of our local community, working hard in the interests of you and your family. I'm happy to assist with a range of constituency issues and concerns, and I want to help represent your voice in Parliament. If you need help or would like advice on working with government, please email me at tim.mcindoe@parliament.govt.nz, or you may phone my office on 846 0055.
This message is paid by Vote Parliamentary Services.
Are you a man? Then catch From the Fringes Wednesday mornings at 11 on Free FM 89.0. It's a masculous half hour of bloke-based banter with me, your flag-burning Republican shock jock Jack Geelan and Lefty Lance. From the Fringes, promoting men's rights, the betterment of families and peaceful solutions to the ills of society. Only on Free FM 89.0 Wednesdays at 11.
Hashtag Radio NZ.
You're back with Hashtag Radio, proudly brought to you by the Advanced Training Academy. You can check them out at ata.ac.nz.
Twitter news now.
Twitter news.
Billionaire Twitter news.
Billionaire.
Oh.
Yeah.
Dr. Dre is on Twitter.
He is, but... No. This here is quite a cool story. There is been...
It better be cool. I'm going to be really disappointed if it's not.
This is really cool news.
It's all hyped up now.
Do you remember a few years ago...
is this going to be a long story?
No. Do you remember a few years ago in New Zealand, there was a Twitter account that was taking advantage of the new money, or the...
Good money, bad money?
Good money, bad money, and he said he was going to do a big cash drop and stuff like that, and everyone fell for it. And
waited and all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Something similar has actually happened in the States.
There was a good money, bad money campaign.
No, there is somebody who has started an account called @HiddenCash in San Francisco.
Mm.
Oh, yeah?
And this person is leaving envelopes of money hidden around San Francisco, around the Bay Area, and tweeting clues and hints about where to find it.
Cool.
And these people are going out and looking for it, and they're actually finding this money.
So is there enough money there to warrant a trip to San Francisco?
Oh, so far he's only given away $4,000.
Well, whoop-de-doo. What kind of millionaire is this?
Well, this is $4,000 US, so that's like 4,300 New Zealand dollars.
Isn't he a billionaire?
Well, the thing...
There's like chump change.
It is.
There's like some change fell out of his wallet.
Yeah. He's actually been interviewed as well, and confirmed I'm going to be doing more of these, and he's going to expand it into the New York and LA area very soon.
Why doesn't he just give it to the homeless people that are around?
Well, if they're on Twitter, they can.
How many homeless people can afford a phone or something to be on Twitter?
Let alone no, they have free data connections over there, don't they?
Yeah.
And they had those throwaway phones.
Yeah,
which are really
libraries.
cheap.
I suppose. Okay, homeless people.
Yeah.
Mug someone for their phone and use the free Wi-Fi.
That's the one.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought this was a really cool one. One of the more interesting Twitter stories I've seen recently.
Isn't he actually going to go global?
He is talking about going global in the future.
So that's @HiddenCash.
@HiddenCash on Twitter. I'm going to follow that.
He should come to the Tron, City of the Future.
Yeah.
And drop. Is there any reason as to why he's actually doing it?
I don't know. I didn't really see if there was a reason.
I'm going to bust your bubble. There is.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was a real estate investor.
Okay.
Who's done, like, everybody's been complaining that real estate investors have been making a lot of money in the San Francisco area. And he felt quite bad because he was one of those people that became a multimillionaire.
So it's his way of giving back to the
Community,
people.
yeah.
The communal.
Communal, I mixed community and people up together.
I apologise for saying earlier that you're not very clever, because you are. You're the cleverest girl in the room.
Thanks, Maddie. Metron.
So yeah, we were talking off here when we first found this story. Maybe we should start a petition to get him to come to New Zealand.
I think that's a good idea. So let's slam Twitter.
Yeah, tweet @HiddenCash. Use the hashtag come to New Zealand.
Oh yeah, Cash NZ.
Yeah,
it's quite funny because some of those people
free Cash NZ.
Some of those people that have actually found the money have given some of it away because his whole thing is paying it forward.
Yeah, well, he did say that if you get this money, the whole idea is to pay it forward.
He doesn't care if you keep it.
Nah, but he'd like you to be doing things like if you buy a bus fare, buy 5 of them for the next 4 people to be able to get a bus fare. If you buy a coffee, buy another 5 coffees for the next 5 people behind you.
Oh yeah, buy a Bugatti.
Buy a Meta Bugatti.
Buy a couple of key rings for the next people.
Yeah. So it's a cool concept.
No,
it is. I like
cool.
it. I wish there were more rich people helping us out.
It kind of reminds me of that cache thing.
Geocaching,
but Twitter vision.
Oh yeah, geocaching.
Geocaching.
You ever been geocaching?
Yeah, I have.
It's good fun, eh?
It is good fun looking for those nasty hidden little things.
Yeah.
Because they do gold drops as well.
Yeah, when they do the big global once a year sort of thing with geocaching.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty cool.
That's so 5 years ago, Phid.
I know.
Bring it back. Let's revive geocaching.
While we're talking about people with money doing weird things, we had an article written about us by entrepreneurial website this week.
Yep, because we're entrepreneurs.
Apparently so.
We're young.
We must...
And
No, we really suck if
upward.
we're considered entrepreneurs because we've made no money.
We've won some money, but it has been invested straight back into what we're doing.
Yeah.
So,
Is
I
that
guess
a good
that's
entrepreneurial
an-
move?
That's an entrepreneurial move, isn't it?
I thought the whole idea of being entrepreneurs was making profit.
So far we've managed to not
Our
spend as
strategy
much of
is-
our own money.
Actually, our strategy must be very bad. Do we even have a business plan? Do we even have a plan? Do we know what we're doing next week?
Next week we'll be...
There'll be another episode of Hashtag Me.
Yeah, we'll be doing another show.
Hashtag Radio. We know that much.
Might even be putting some stuff on the website. How does that sound?
Yeah, that sounds awesome.
Novel idea.
And there'll be another episode of Access Granted on the Hashtag Me podcast network.
There will be.
Hey, talking about access granted,
Yeah.
they did their first show.
They had their first show this week.
Yes.
Your thoughts?
My thoughts, forgive them on the sound quality. They're using Apple gear.
Yeah. It was their first one. And
They might be able to use Beats soon.
This
this
is
is
true.
true, yeah.
Yeah.
But good show. I loved it.
Content was awesome.
Yeah.
Good guys. They were a little bit nervous, I think, at the start.
I think so.
But now that they've popped their little podcast cherries,
I think if you go back...
they'll be away laughing.
I think, though, if you go back and listen to Hashtag Radio episode 1, we're probably exactly the same.
I think we were probably worse.
Yeah.
We
to be
were
fair.
worse.
At least these guys know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
Well, hey, they're podcasting. We were live on air the first time.
Well, this is true.
This is true.
On their podcast, though, this week, they had a segment about job titles that didn't exist like 3 or 4 years ago.
Oh, yes?
So they had they were talking about...
Social media managers?
no, not social media managers,
Mm.
but that sort of existed 5 years ago, didn't it? Maybe not.
Maybe not.
Yeah. But they used the example of like a web evangelist as an actual
web
thing now.
evangelist.
Yeah.
What is a web evangelist?
Oh, the guy who owns Google was a web evangelist, he calls himself.
So they go around preaching the word of the web.
Yeah.
The word of the web.
Yeah.
And
is refresh.
When I actually heard that segment, it actually reminded me of our UFB installer who came through this week.
Right.
So me and Charis have just moved house.
Yes.
And we've had to get UFB hooked up to the new house. And they sent around a guy and they said, we're going to send a guy around to sort out hooking up your UFB. Sweet. He turns up, hands me his business card. He goes, hi, I'm blah, 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 whatever his name was. And I'm a UFB installation designer.
Oh, wicked.
Ooh.
So he designs the installation.
Yes.
That was definitely a job that didn't exist 5 years ago.
No. That's what I thought was interesting. It was because our property is quite unique, long driveway, a lot of concrete. They've got to send a guy in to actually design how they're going to push this fibre through to our house.
You're the second one after the .com mansion, I understand.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah.
What's that? I'm missing a joke.
Yes, never mind. Moving on.
Mm.
Yeah.
Talking about .com.
Yeah.
Okay.
Internet Party is actually merging with the Māori Party.
No, with the Mana
Mana
Party.
Yeah.
The Mana Party.
Yeah.
There is a
political analyst.
What are they going to call it? The Mega Money Party.
Mega Mana. That'd be brilliant. The analysts are saying that the Mana Party may lose Māori votes because they won't take the Mana Party seriously.
Well, you got a big white German dude.
That's what they're saying.
Yeah.
But then again, I don't know of any Māori that were taking the Mana Party seriously.
Yeah, well, that's what I was going to say. Are you going to get the same thing happen to the Internet Party where they're going to say, that idiot Hanawera is going to be involved in the Internet Party? I can't take this party seriously
Why would
anymore.
you call him an idiot? You didn't need to be mean.
No, I was being one of those people.
I just think that's really nasty.
That was a
You
little
shouldn't
role
name
play
call.
there.
Yeah, it was role playing.
I don't think you should be
Wasn't
name
real.
calling politicians.
Okay. Don't I get... What do they get? Parliamentary privilege?
No, you don't get
I don't get...
You don't get that.
I don't get internetary privilege.
No.
Oh, shame, really.
But yeah,
There's
interesting.
a whole podcast in that.
So yeah, mergers and stuff.
Yeah. Internet stuff is happening online. You can check it out online at #me.co.nz. We're going to go into another song now.
Yeah. You're on hashtag brought to you by the Advanced Training Academy. You can check them out and all their courses at ata.ac.nz.
And a little bitty bit of red Indian bones.
I want to keep learning, but I don't know how.
School's just not working out for me.
If this sounds like you, it's time to talk to Advanced Training Academy. Here's what our students have to say.
It's like one big family.
I like the work and get way more done.
It's friendly and stress-free.
To find out how Advanced Training Academy can help you, call 834 0007 or visit ata.ac.nz today.
It's amazing
what we can achieve when we raise our voices together.
Don't miss Women's Voice on Free FM 89.0. Join the Women's Voice team as they join voices to talk about issues relating to mums and daughters everywhere. Life, laughter, music and chat. It's an hour of radio that's by, for and about women.
Sisters doing it for themselves. Tuesday afternoons at 5.
And repeated Saturday mornings at 8. Get in touch with your feminine side with Women's Voice.
The voice of reason.
Only on Free FM 89.0.
Hashtag Radio NZ.
Welcome back to Hashtag Radio.
Yeah.
Woo! There's heaps of energy and joy in my voice, I thought.
You thought?
You thought.
It wasn't too bad, actually. I quite like that one.
Yeah, not bad for a smart person.
And have you guys ever heard of the bring your own devices thing in your workplace?
Yes.
Bring your own devices?
I bring my own.
As in, my employer's too tight to buy the stuff we need to do our jobs?
Yeah.
Okay, yes, I've heard of that.
Because I'm bringing it into schools, eh?
BYOD.
As a way, yeah.
Bring your own teacher.
Bring your own education.
Yeah.
No, because schools, it's a great way of them not having to spend money.
Yep.
Just another reason for mum and dad to fork out.
That's right. Oh, hey, those school fees will be cutting down then, won't they?
Oh, no.
One would assume.
They'll use that money for other areas.
Like teacher-only days?
Yeah.
That coincide with
like
when the
sports.
races are on or something?
Yeah.
It's like sports. There's like quite a few schools that are doing high-tech kind of
because
gyms.
it takes a lot of money to throw a ball around.
No, I think they do more than just throwing balls. Maybe at your school. That's what they
Catching
did.
balls,
Was
kicking balls.
Sometimes they give you a stick to hit a ball. So
Oh,
that's two
yeah,
things.
stick ball.
Yeah.
No, it's like all the high-tech gym equipment that schools are getting into.
Like a pommel horse. A
Wow.
rope.
And now they've got those pussy-ass soft floors in the gym.
They do.
Yeah, so if you fall over, you don't get a boo-boo on your knee.
That's right.
Is it actually why they're soft?
No, it's actually, apparently it's got something to do with jumping is bad for your knees.
Yeah.
Jumping on a hard
And
surface.
ankles?
Yeah, and ankles.
So when the fat kids fall over, they bounce and everyone gets a laugh.
Anyway, right back to where we started. Bring your own devices.
Bring
Have
your
you
own
heard
device.
of BYOA then?
Bring your own...
Us.
Bring your own applications.
Oh, I thought we were going
you could
to...
have just shut up and let us
Could have been
try and guess.
so many things that
Yeah.
I had starting with A.
Bring your own apples. Bring your own...
Apocalypse.
What? Yeah, well, that would be cool. Bring
That's
your own
right.
apocalypse.
Bring your own armory.
Put on the pink
Bring
Floyd.
your own armadillo.
Bring your
That
own
would-
acid.
That'd be a trippy day at work.
Bring your own arms.
Anyway, bring your own applications.
Okay,
That's what
then.
I'm actually talking about.
Applications.
Basic concept of that is you're in a workplace, work provides you with an internet connection and MS Word and blah, 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 blah. But sometimes the tools that they give you just aren't good enough.
True that.
So you decide, you know what, I'd be much more efficient if I used Dropbox to be able to send my files over to the other offices.
So you have to make it yourself. They won't do it for you.
Well, no, what they're saying is there are businesses that are encouraging you to help the business become more efficient
By getting you to pay?
introducing. No, not by paying.
Okay.
But you introduce the apps into the business.
Have you ever tried to get a new program put into a large corporation?
Well,
Impossible.
Log Me In, a company that did a survey, has discovered that New Zealand and Australia are the world leaders in encouraging bring your own applications, and 73% of companies in New Zealand do let you do it.
They let you bring it in?
Well,
They've got
they're
no way to
encouraging-
stop you because you're bringing in your own devices.
Well, they're encouraging you to you introduce to the business these applications. So you're saying that, have you ever? 73%.
So
of
the
businesses
boss
have.
can spend more time drinking coffee rather than being innovative with his business.
Actually, I can hear IT going absolutely nuts in my head.
Yeah.
Our IT.
What does it sound like?
Right?
Awesome.
That's what the sound of the IT guys at my work. But
Shout out to Blair.
but like probably there'd be a lot of resistance from IT, I'm guessing, mainly around security.
Yeah, that's my first thought was security.
Yeah.
Was if you're going to share these files, how secure are they? What kind of information you're passing over?
Yeah.
How, it'd be interesting to know out of that 73%, how many actually got to keep. How many apps were introduced?
Yeah.
How many were actually used? How many were kept?
The sort of apps that they were talking about were Dropbox, Google Drive, Evernote, things like that being introduced as ways to streamline the business and make it a more efficient place to work.
It's a file sharing / storage
/
and
task
productivity
management
type stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Because the next problem you'll probably, that IT companies or IT guys at your workplace would say, is that you're going to be using too much internet.
Yeah, and then the next thing they would say when my internet stops working is, have you tried turning it off and on again?
No, because companies get charged mega bucks for the internet usage.
Yeah. Do you have a set amount of data you're allowed each month?
I think no. But
No?
they get charged per gig or something. Or
And there's different times of the day, and it's weird, really weird how they charge. The interesting thing about this is, like I said, 73% of these companies that were surveyed are supporting it, compared to the US, where it's only 25%.
Well, I guess in the US there's stuff already in place.
Well, the thing is, there's stuff already in place in New Zealand.
Like
the companies already have their own systems in place to do things.
Yeah, but a lot of them are rubbish.
Which is why employees go, this is rubbish. Can't I use Dropbox? Can't I use Google Drive? Can't I use Evernote?
See, there'd be other companies like SAP is a huge software company. How stoked would they be if they heard about it?
See, people at Microsoft would be like, why do I have to use Bing? Google's better.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the other interesting thing about this is, out of that 73% that are encouraging it, only 37% actually have a policy on bring your own apps.
True that.
Well, do you have an internet policy at your work?
Yes.
Over applications?
I'd imagine you'd have quite a stringent one.
Yes.
Yeah,
my employer is fairly tight on everything.
Yeah, because my employer also has a internet and downloading policy.
Yeah, we can't download anything, or we can't install anything.
Well, you can't.
Well, you can. I can't.
I can.
Yeah.
But
I can't do either.
Closely monitored.
So downloads are blocked altogether.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I can go online.
Mm-hmm.
Can't go to any dodgy sites, and if I do, I have to report that immediately if I've accidentally clicked on something.
Yeah.
And my data usage is monitored.
I accidentally clicked on that link and stayed on there for 3/4 of an hour.
Yeah, and if I exceed a certain amount of data for the month, there has to be good justification.
Yeah,
oh, wow.
I'd want to know from the 73% of companies whether they're actually allowing people to download, or if employees are actually doing it on their phones and bringing it in.
From what I've read in the study, they are allowing it on their company devices.
Yeah, it still screams security to me.
Yeah.
I mean, how often do you change your password? What is your password? At least when you're doing that on the work system, they can check it. They can make sure that your password's changed every month and so on and so forth. With your phone, you might still have password 123, and then you're using
I do.
that
How did you know?
to do business stuff.
Oh my God, I've got to change my password.
Business 69.
Well, that's a good one.
Yeah. That's a good business password.
Yeah.
But
Bizzo
anyway.
Time would also be an awesome password.
What would?
Bizzo Time.
Bizzo Time?
Yeah.
69?
69.
You got to throw that
that's
69.
the go-to number.
Yeah.
Everyone uses it.
Yeah. 69 or 01.
Yeah, or 01.
Or 123.
Or 123. Well, look at all these passwords. Oh, who would ever guess one? Not me.
Armageddon.
We went to Armageddon last weekend and it was awesome.
I loved it.
Highlight for me, meeting the one and only sweet Chris Judge.
He smelled really nice.
He was a lovely guy.
Awkward silence.
He was a lovely guy, though, eh?
He was awesome.
Yeah.
He was Tilk, obviously, from Stargate, SG-1, and he was on MacGyver once. and he worked with Richard Dean Anderson a lot on Stargate.
Was he actually on MacGyver?
Yeah, he was.
Was he actually on MacGyver? I thought you were joking when you said that.
No, he was in an episode of MacGyver.
So he got to meet MacGyver on MacGyver and then got to work with MacGyver later.
That's right.
Is that how he got the job at SG1?
No, I think he got his job on SG1 by being awesome.
Mm.
And he was good at that.
And smelling nice.
And having a sweet, sweet golden forehead tattoo.
Yeah, I see he's got that doubt too.
He's had it lasered, yeah.
He mentioned something in our interview, which is coming out on #TV.
Yeah.
About something about Independence Day.
Oh, the movie Independence Day was the sequel
to the original
Stargate movie.
It was meant to be.
Was meant to be, but yeah, so it was.
Because it kind of does actually make sense.
And the spaceships look similar.
Yeah.
Yes.
A lot of similarities because it was supposed to be a straight sequel, but then they kind of changed it a bit and just made it go on its own.
Yeah. But because they didn't make it a Stargate sequel, they ended up getting the Stargate show.
This is true.
Yeah.
And it was awesome.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. Highlight for you, Phid.
Well, highlight for me is not a shocker. I got to meet
me,
Charles Martinet.
Martinet. Is he Martin A?
No, Martinet.
Or Martinet?
No, Martinet. He's of French descent.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and of course he is the voice of Super Mario, Yoshi.
Hey, it's me, Mario.
Luigi. Actually, what we'll do on the end of the show is we'll actually play the outro that he did for us.
That sounds like a jolly good idea. What?
Yeah. And Chris did a couple of liners for us as well.
Chris did a line for us.
Yeah.
Supporting the hash to the tag to the ME, yo.
Yeah. So it was awesome. Got to hang around with some geeks and see some cool stuff. Meet some cool people.
There were some fantastic costumes. Did you see the lady dressed up as Maleficent?
I didn't see her.
Oh, she was awesome. You don't know who Maleficent is?
I had no idea who she was until yesterday.
Oh, no, I don't. Who is it?
Maleficent, the evil witch. She cursed
Angelina
Aurora.
Jolie?
Yeah, but she's not. Angelina Jolie's awesome, man. She's cool.
Yes, I did see her then.
Yeah.
I just didn't know what her name was. And I saw some weeping angels and some Daleks.
Those weeping angels costumes
They
were
were
awesome.
cool.
They were hardcore. McGraw.
I did have one complaint about the cosplay this year.
Yeah.
It was a bit cold?
The cosplay, there was not a lot of boobage this year.
Yes, it was a bit
It was
cold.
cold.
Yeah.
That's why.
There was some...
I saw a lot of ass cheek.
Did you?
Did you?
I didn't see a lot.
Oh.
See, in past Armageddon,
Got to point that out.
Oh, well, I did have the camera, so I couldn't exactly go, hey, boys, look.
Extreme close-up for later.
Or you could have taken use of the camera. Yeah.
I got a sweet new Star Wars poster.
You did. And it's up in the...
It is pretty cool.
It's up in
Hashtag
the-
me studio.
Do you see they're selling
fantastic.
the Star Trek guys were selling the Star Trek shirts?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
but they're
had
the
a
red
chat to
shirts.
them.
You don't wear the red shirt.
Why?
The red shirts always die.
No. That's in the original Star Trek series.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. What colour was Captain Jean-Luc Picard's?
You don't know, do you?
No, he doesn't. He's his eye.
Yeah.
Anyway,
no
stormtroopers are white.
They are, and they're cooler anyway.
And they can't shoot for shit, and their armour does nothing because a single shot and they're down. Poor guys. I'd be talking to my union rep. Another word of advice for Armageddon is if you get there early and you're looking to buy something cool, don't buy it straight away. If there's plenty of them sitting there on the table, take half an hour for a quick wander around because you might find 5 metres around the corner you'll find the exact same thing for $10 less.
I did see that.
I saw a fair bit of that.
I tell you, I've got another pro tip on this as well. If there's a heap of the stuff that you want, don't buy it on the first day at all.
Yeah, come back at closing time on Sunday and you'll get a deal.
It's, I think it was last year they were selling swords and stuff on the last day for like $30-40 rather than the $130 they were selling them for at the start of the Saturday.
Yep. because they overstock for these events and they need to get them out the door.
If you want to get yourself a bug and you're in the Wellington area, Armageddon is on now.
Yeah, Wellygeddon.
Wellygeddon today and tomorrow. So get along tomorrow. Get yourself a bargain.
I wanted to bring my wallet. I'm glad I didn't. Or else I would be really, really, really broke.
I was incredibly restrained and couldn't find any T-shirts big enough. So
talking about restraint, I'm not even going to go into how much food was.
Yeah, well, comics is my pitfall. So I went to Mark 1, and Mark 1 actually had some great sales on.
True that.
But I would have spent so much.
Shout out to Chris at Mark 1 as well. He's a cool guy.
Hi, Chris.
Yeah. You can follow him at Mark 1 Comics on Twitter as well.
Sweet. I think we're going to squeeze in one more song before we come back and wind things up.
Yep, we've still got gaming and bits from the web.
Gaming and bits from the web, and we're running out of time, so here's another track. You're on Hashtag, brought to you by the Advanced Training Academy.
Maybe
Hashtag Radio NZ.
Welcome back to Hashtag Radio, brought to you by ata.ac.nz, otherwise known as the...
Advanced Training Academy?
That's it.
Yep.
Oh, I took the words right out of my mouth.
We're doing gaming?
Gaming. Go, Phid. You've got some gaming news.
I do have gaming news. I'm taking over your segment.
Excited about.
On Twitter, the developer of Mortal Kombat has been tweeting out very subtle hints that there may be a new game coming.
A poster.
Well, the poster was not on Twitter. You're wrong.
Oh.
That came later in the week from somewhere else.
So is the Twitter
well,
dude is the Twitter dude releasing concept art?
So what were the tweets?
The tweets have been like a photo of him next to a Lincoln MKX.
Ooh.
What the is
no,
that?
It's a it's a car.
Uh-huh.
And he's pointing
How is that a hint?
No, MKX, and he's pointing at it going, what does the X stand for?
Ooh.
And what does next stand for in Roman numerals?
10.
How many Mortal Kombat games are there?
Well, there's 9 so far.
Oh, it's all starting to fall into place.
Yeah, there's been all these other sort of tweets, cryptic stuff, and he's this week changed his Twitter profile photo to just a black and white Mortal Kombat logo. Also this week, somebody posted a photo on Reddit of the poster that you were talking about.
Yeah.
And
where was that poster?
On Reddit. No one knows where this guy got the photo from.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
But the photo's got, it's a black and white image of a broken spine. Then it has the black and white Mortal Kombat logo, which is very similar, or it is the same as the one that's on this dude's Twitter account.
Finish him.
And then in the background, it's got what's next.
Flawless victory.
Right? So it's looking like we're going to get Mortal Kombat 10 coming out soon.
That'll be sweet. Next
and I
gen
love
Mortal Kombat, maybe.
That'll be awesome on next gen.
It'll look sweet.
And that's it. That's my gaming news. Mortal
That's
Kombat
your gaming. I'm going to carry
coming.
on with a little bit more stuff about gaming. As of tomorrow, here in New Zealand at least, it's June 2014. And with June, we get E3.
Woohoo!
For those who don't know, E3 is the Electronic Entertainment Expo, which is 3 words that start with E, hence E3. Oh my God.
Mind blown.
Wah, wah. So that's held at the Los Angeles Convention Center. We will wait to see what the next big game titles are going to be and which big companies will be falling down or getting on up.
Now, we've been told that there's something big coming from Microsoft at this.
Yes.
Yeah.
But we don't know what it is. We've just been told there's going to be something big from Microsoft.
That was the most useless leak ever.
I know. We got a leak that said nothing.
A rumour.
Keep your eye on E3. We're going to keep our eye on E3 anyway.
Yeah. I was looking the other way till you said that.
Yeah.
And the only other important thing in gaming news this week was the release of Watch Dogs.
It's out.
It came out on, was it Tuesday, 27th?
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's already become Ubisoft's fastest selling game, surpassing Assassin's Creed and the Far Cry franchise.
Wow.
So the first 24 hours, boom.
Yeah.
New records for Ubisoft.
Is that because they've actually had said that they were going to sell
That's
it
what I was thinking.
in
It
November?
was meant to come out in November, so
And it
they've
was-
essentially had 12 months of pre-sales.
Yeah.
Which they can then count, boom, on the first day.
Yeah. It's the
So,
fastest game.
you know,
Does
that's
it
a
count?
record. They can take it.
Yeah. Could the all the publicity they've had for the massive delays and stuff actually worked in their favour? It's built more... what's the word I'm looking for here?
Also, it might be because it's coming out on all of the consoles, whereas once upon a time it was only supposed to be an exclusive.
Well, that too.
You're
I mean,
instantly getting 4 times the sales.
5. You
What's
got
fifth? What did they?
you got the 2 PlayStations, the 2 Xboxes, and the PC,
And maybe Nintendo later if Nintendo's still around then.
and the Wii U coming in a couple of weeks, I believe it is.
Yeah. See, Wii U's have dropped down to $150 a piece.
Yeah, who wants it?
Wii U.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind getting one, eh?
Well, for $150, it's throwaway cash.
Really? Not from my wallet, it's not.
Meanwhile, with the release of Watch Dogs in Australia, a publicity stunt has gone terribly wrong and led to a bomb scare, an evacuation, a bomb squad, and some silly faces.
Wow. That is one publicity fail? Is it a publicity fail? Because would we have covered it?
That's a publicity one.
Oh, yeah. I suppose it's good publicity.
Yeah.
But sorry, how does a bomb squad get called out?
So what happened was a black safe was delivered to the 9MSN building with a note saying, check your voicemail. After initial panic, the bomb squad were called in, fearing the worst. They took it to the basement of the building to try and contain it in case there was anything dodgy-wodgy in there.
Yeah.
And when they opened it up, they discovered a copy of the game, Watch Dogs, a Watch Dogs baseball cap and a Watch Dogs beanie.
Wow.
And I'm sure someone somewhere in a PR firm is probably still trying to pull that black safe out of a place you should never have had it slammed.
I've got a question. Why did the police take it to the basement?
I believe the basement was to contain it in case there was anything dodgy-wodgy in there.
If it was dodgy-wodgy and it blew, wouldn't it have shaken the foundations, therefore causing the building to collapse on top of them?
Yeah, it would have to be a massive sort of explosive to do that, which I don't think they're going to fit into a small black safe.
Al-Qaeda tried that with the World Trade Center in the 90s and it didn't work.
Yeah.
Blowing up the foundations.
So I think it was more to do with if there was something chemical in it, then they could take it indoors where it could be contained so it didn't blow down the road and kill all the sparrows.
Just quickly as well, before we go on to bits from the web and finish off the show, you're talking about expos. Next week we may well be talking about new Apple products because next Wednesday, in New Zealand time at least, is the Worldwide Developers Conference for Apple.
Is that before E3?
Well before E3.
Because when's E3?
This month next month, as of tomorrow.
Yeah.
June. I don't know what the date is, but it's in June.
Yeah.
I just had a question about E3 as well.
Fire away.
E3, this is the expo.
For gaming.
Is it just for gaming? Because I thought it was for all.
No, it's all. This is for gaming. This was back in the day. All the gaming companies used to go to CES.
Oh, that's right.
They sort of got treated as an ugly little
Electronic Entertainment Expo.
Apparently,
EEE.
CES didn't take gaming seriously, so the gaming companies will go do our own thing.
See, what I'm looking forward to on E3
is
actually to see if Facebook will bring out Oculus.
Oculus will be there.
Oculus VR, yeah. There's talk of
but it's owned by
release
Facebook
dates.
now.
So we'll get Zuckdog on there wearing a Oculus.
Ooh, 3D Zuck.
All right, bits from the web.
Bits from the web.
This is where we talk about something funny we found on the internet or something cool or something.
Yeah, let's hope it is because you found it.
This one is Montreal policeman caught having sex on police car and photo circulated around the web.
On police car?
In police car.
Oh.
Sorry.
More details?
What happened is a woman was walking past a cop car.
A woman?
Yeah, it was a female.
Okay.
She turned and looked into said police car because there was a light on in the car.
Yes, interior lights.
Yeah, yep.
Fail number one.
Fail number one. Cop was sitting in the front seat with a very naked woman sitting on his lap, servicing his needs.
Fail number two.
Meanwhile, in the back seat.
Yeah, well, she took a photo of them and then tweeted it or something, and then it's just circulated massively around the internet.
Fantastic.
Since then,
Fail number three.
Since then, she's actually said that after she took the photo and walked away, she noticed another cop and another woman hop out of the back seat of that car.
Fail number four.
Oh, the Montreal police. That's Canada, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So they're bringing back the Mountie. Hey! Oh, yeah.
Meanwhile, enrolments for police force in Canada has increased.
Yeah. If you want to see that photo, it just takes a very simple Google search.
Montreal police having sex in car pic.
Yep.
Boom. You'll get it easy.
Actually, all I looked up was Montreal police sex pic.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's all you looked for.
I didn't look up.
Don't do that at work, folks. You'll get in trouble.
Yeah.
Make sure you put...
That is not an application that you can bring to your workplace.
Make sure you add that Montreal bit, because if you just put police sex pic, opens up a whole different can of worms.
Indeed. You get pictures of Sting.
So that's bits from the web, and that is Hashtag Radio for this week.
Thanks for tuning in.
Yep. Make sure you check out the Hashtag Me Podcast Network on iTunes and on Spreaker and everywhere else. Follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, and that's us.
Yep. Check out our friends Access Granted, the second episode up on Tuesday.
Yeah.
See you.
Hashtag Radio NZ.
Some days you really need a safe haven. Let Free FM be that special happy place. Free FM Rock Nights, an amazing lineup of great rock music. Latino, progressive, metal, local Waikato rock, alt and indie rock, classic rock, and even 60s garage punk. It's all part of Free FM Rock Nights, Mondays and Saturdays from 9 PM on Free FM 89.0.